Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and definitely a welcome guest. Glad to have you here with us today. My project is a little different. It's going to be communicating on television, so we're going to change things up just a little bit. Thank you for the introduction. My goal is to actually do a training on television, and what will happen is I'll do the training. You guys really want to evaluate me as a speaker, but we're going to show it after I talk and during the evaluation portion. That's when you'll evaluate. So you'll evaluate the video and not me. So hopefully...
Isn't it cheating?
Hey, it's a part of the project. That's the way it rolls. Hopefully I have enough battery in the camera. Seems like some little hands got a hold of it. Anyway, again, I'm Ike Rayford. I am a distinguished Toastmaster, a long-time Toastmaster. I have trained on numerous occasions, and I truly enjoy the training aspect of what we do. In the past, I've concentrated more on, I guess I should be looking at the camera, not you guys, because you guys are really not here. In the past, I have trained on the business side of speaking, public speaking and such. Wow, that's a little harder than it is. I want to talk to my audience. But nevertheless, today we're going to talk about the art side of speaking and what we need to do, and more specifically on how we do an opening. If I were to ask, say, Diane, for you to stand up and just give me an introduction to a speech topic, what would you do?
Give you an introduction to a speech topic.
Right. So if you're going to talk about gardening, and this is your topic, and you...
Oh.
How would you start it?
Probably with a question.
With a question.
To get them going.
Awesome. And that is one way... Again, that is one way that we have openings. One of the things about a presentational opening is you want to make sure that it's engaging, you want to make sure that it captures your audience so that you hold them from the beginning to the end. There is a saying that, remember, most audiences remember the first thing and the last thing that you say. One of the things that I like to do is I always start my openings with quotes. As many of you know, I'm a quoter and I love quoting things. So you could start an opening by using a quote. You could use a story. You could use humor, whatever you have. But one of the things that you don't want to do is start out with, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today to do this. I once heard a story where a young lady wanted to speak, and she went to the guru of speaking, if there may be one, and said, hey, I want to learn how to speak, but I need to figure out how to start it. The guru said, stand up, tell me. And she said, ladies and gentlemen, and he's like, stop. And she's like, whoa, stop, you don't want me to finish? And he said, that is the worst opening that you can have. And I would agree with that. When you travel and you get to see competitions, you find yourself oftentimes with competitors, they give this wow or this great engaging story, and it starts out, and then they give their introductions, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, and all of those great things. However, one of the things that is very important in what we do in the Toastmaster world is we give someone who's introducing us an introduction. And we do that so it sets up the audience so that they are ready for what we do. I mean, if you give this resounding introduction and you can step up and everybody's clapping and welcoming you, and then you get up and you say, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the introducer has already said ladies and gentlemen, so you don't have to be redundant with that. One thing you don't want to do as well is you don't want to start a presentation off with jokes. Now, understand that there is a difference between jokes and humor. You don't want to start out with telling some joke that may fall flat or maybe it's not even an appropriate joke, who knows? But that doesn't mean that you can't have humor. One of the things that we often talk about in the world of public speaking is you always want to tell the person what you're going to tell them. So if you opened up your speech with a quote and you said, "Let growth be your promoter." That's one of my favorite quotes. And you start out with, "Let growth be your promoter," and then you talk about, how many of you don't want to die? And you can just hit the red button.
Which one?
Or slide it so that it doesn't answer.
I think I did it.
And then you can always start out with a joke like that. "Hey, everybody, make sure you turn your cell phones off before you go." But we always talk about, you tell somebody what you're going to say, you tell them what you've said, and then you sit down and go about your merry way. But again, we want to make sure that you understand there are so many options for you to start your speech. You can start your speech out with a story. You can start your speech out with a joke, with humor. You can start out with something compelling. And one of my favorite speakers is Doug Vandervoort, and he always starts his speeches with statistics, facts, something that he can punch home. And then there is always the question. You can open with, how many of you want to die? It captures people, and you're like, hopefully no one says to me, because then your opening is going to just go somewhere else with that. But one thing I will say is, when you do that, then you can go right into what you want to talk about. Last, I want to talk about the action open. I would just want to be very careful about the action open, and that's when you step into the crowd and you say, "All right, everybody, look to your left, look to your right," and tell that person. And if you don't have an engaged crowd, then it's going to fall. So always know your audience, and that's one of the most important things about having an engaging and concise and a opening that will hit home. There's a combination of openings you can use, but I would always say practice, give it your all, make sure that you are doing everything that you have to do so that the best compliment to any speaker is someone steals your material and takes it away. And if they steal your opening, then that's a great compliment. Not that you want people to steal it, but again, that's a great compliment, because if no one's stealing it, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. Anyway, my time is up, and I just want to say that if you have any questions, any comments, please email me, call me, whatever it takes to make sure that you start off on the right foot. And as always, let growth be your promoter.
As usual, Ike gives a very compelling speech. On to the next stage.